The Nikki Glaser Podcast. The Nikki Glaser Podcast.
Here's Nikki. Hello, here I am. Welcome to the show. It's the Nikki Glaser Podcast. Thank you for joining us. I am here in my podcast studio. I was going to say guest room, but it's really just a podcast studio at this point. It literally serves no other purpose.
There's no bed in here for a guest room.
No, there is no guest bed. There. Let's just set the
There's
scene.
a guest chair.
Yeah, it's true. There's a guest. Yeah, there is a guest chair. We're redesigning
sleep in this.
By the way. My mom's here. Everyone, hello, Mom.
Hi, Nikki.
And Brian Frangi's back with us too from Death Valley.
Yeah, I survived.
You made it back.
Yes, he's
You seem
back.
disappointed.
It was horrible. I gotta
It was?
say, well, I had a horrible time. I mean, I had a good time and a bad time, but on New Year's Eve, Allie, who is kind of witchy, we did a witch spell to try to
That's fun.
for the death of 2023 and all the negative energy, and we did this spell. And then the next day, I got food poisoning and I puked all day.
Oh,
Which
my
I
God.
viewed as like a purging
How
of
much
my
weight
negative.
did you lose?
I know you'd be very jealous because
Were you like so? Did you look at your stomach afterwards and was it like?
it was amazing. I was like Olivia Rodrigo. I came out of there like you're a vampire. No, but it was crazy because I was like, I feel like this is a purging of negative energy that's coming out of me right now.
Wow.
Oh, whoa!
Like the witch
so
spell
the
is
spell
working.
took.
Wait,
Yes.
what
But I
did
was-
you eat?
I ate
Or
a-
the Chipotle took.
What
yeah.
was it?
It was either the spell or that barbecue Jimmy's restaurant that I had in
Oh,
Yeah.
a rear
Jimmy's.
town in Nevada.
See, again, this is not special. It is
oh, come on.
coincidental.
It's the new year,
I'm
Nikki.
sorry to ruin.
But just for
I ruined all the
fun.
magic.
But just for fun.
Yeah, let's just for fun say you
Yeah.
had diarrhea and you were puking for
All
a whole
day.
day because of fun.
Yeah, it was
because
a new day.
because of magic.
It was
That
magic.
makes sense. Okay,
Yeah.
well, have you felt good since then? Did you wake up New Year's Day like feeling refreshed and good?
No, I feel the same after it, but I mean, no, I felt worse because after you get food poisoning, you feel sick for a couple more days.
Oh,
But
God.
man, I really hope it was the negative energy because it would have been cool.
Maybe stop eating meat. I don't think that people ever get food poisoning from not eating animals.
I've heard no.
Oh, I
from
guess
plants.
lettuces.
Yeah.
Romaine lettuce.
People get sick
Yeah, people
from
die
lettuce.
from
lean
that
cuisine.
stuff.
Yeah.
A lean cuisine? That's what you got it from?
Not me, but a former coworker of mine. She got so sick from like a pasta lean cuisine.
Oh my god.
That was probably just because it's the lean cuisine and
Have you
not
ever gotten
because it was
sick?
bad.
From
I've
food?
never gotten food poisoning. No.
Oyster. Me.
Yeah.
Oh, oysters.
Well,
would be, yeah.
Yeah,
It'd kill
I
ya.
knew it as soon as I ate it. I went, that was a
I
bad
need to
oyster.
start getting sick more often. This isn't fair.
No, I've
Because
only
everyone
thrown up
gets
like
sick
5
and
times in my
gets-
entire
What? Really?
life. Entire life.
Why?
I just don't throw up.
So you'll just be nauseous and you'll like you
Yeah.
just don't want to throw up.
No, I just can't.
You can't.
No, there's no way I can do
But
it.
does it gross you out or something? And then how have you done it
No,
5 times?
Because I couldn't stop it.
Oh, but otherwise, so you can do it,
No, I can't do it.
but you did it 5 times.
Well, I
You know what?
didn't do it. Something else did it.
I know you've been wildly hungover too. That's when throw up comes up for most people.
Yeah, it doesn't. Nothing happens like that.
Do you? So you just suffer? Do you? Does your body feel like it wants to throw up? and you
No,
just
it
can't. Like, is
doesn't.
it frustrating?
It
Like having?
doesn't.
Is it like
I
being
think I've-
constipated, but the other way?
No, I get it the other way.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah.
You get
Throwing up
assholes
feels
throwing
so amazing.
Ugh.
What?
Once you
No.
do it, like because
painful.
before you before
because
you
you're
do
getting
it,
the thing out.
oh my! Before you do it, you feel so shitty and queasy, and then getting it out is such a relief. It feels
yeah,
so
I
good.
guess.
That's what I feel about diarrhea. The other day I got diarrhea a little bit, and I told Anya, we were texting about it, and she was like, "Oh," she goes, "I'm sorry, babe," and she goes, "Oh wait, no, you love diarrhea," and I was like, "I really do," because it feels like a cleansing, like
Well,
you're getting the thing
Yeah.
out that's making you feel sick. And I said to her, "I want to be clear to you. I get diarrhea sometimes. I get it for 20 minutes, and it's not I'm sitting on the toilet for 20 minutes and can't get up. I have it for less than 10 seconds.
Mhm.
I wipe, I go about my day, and I go, oh, still not done, and I go sit back down. I'm not just like, it's not even a problem. It feels good.
Oh.
But people who have diarrhea that are like, it's awful. I want something. I want to just get a little physically sick. And I know this sounds.
I don't know.
It doesn't sound nice because I'm belittling people's pain by being like, I want that, but everyone in my life gets sick all the time. I never get sick.
Yeah.
I never get any sympathy. I fell skiing so hard.
Oh.
Really like just on some a sheet of ice. Like it looked cool, the fall itself. It didn't look like I didn't know what I was doing. I just felt kind of like I was trying to go, and slow down, but I hit a patch of ice, so it just kept going, and then my body kept going towards the I just
Like
fell
on the
kind of
side?
into the hill.
Oh.
But I did do it, on the side. I did do it right below a chairlift, so that's
Oh.
the most
Everyone
embarrassing.
saw.
Ugh, it sucks, and it's right where they're all boarding, so even the people in the line could see me. It was at the
Oh.
bottom of a chairlift, so embarrassing.
Ugh.
But I was like, oh, I'm gonna have such a good bruise because it was janked up, man. It was
Yeah.
radiating. I couldn't even ski
Oh
after it.
my
It was hurting so
God.
bad. Like usually you fall and you're like, oh, a little sore. It was like, this is a bone bruise. Nothing.
It's a
I got
bono.
no bruise.
No
You have good
bruise.
circulation.
I was so excited. I told Chris and Curran when I got back, I was like, you guys are going to be amazed at what this turns into. I waited 2 hours. I go to the bathroom to check it. Nothing. Waited 3 hours.
Oh,
Nothing.
God.
It's been 3 days.
You were
It's
like,
still
Chris,
bruised.
can you hit me
It still
because
hurts.
I need a bruise?
It wouldn't even. Nothing will.
Oh, that's
Nothing
why I'm not
shows. I want
skiing
my
anymore.
pain showing.
Yeah. Well, no,
Forget
that's from a person who has pain that doesn't show at all. It's good to have
Yeah.
it showing. So when you're requesting the pain, you want visible pain so you can have the empathy from other people.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you want.
Are you still sore?
Yeah, I'm touching on it right now, and it's like
Sore and
But it's-
nothing to
there's
show for it.
no bruise.
You should just start
I thought
limping.
it was going to be black
I
because
bet
it was
you
so,
have a bruise there, but you don't see it.
It's very, very light. And Curran and Chris were laughing because I was saying, you wait till you see this thing. It's going to be crazy
Oh.
because I don't exaggerate. I
No.
bruise all the time on my legs.
Right.
And I don't even know what causes it.
I don't think
because
you've
it's
ever
so
exaggerated. I don't.
benign.
I'm trying to think. I don't think I've ever heard you exaggerate one time.
Unlike a
I've
glazer.
exaggerated at least 1,000 times in the past minute. No, I don't know that.
You don't do that. Like,
Well, Dad exaggerates 30% in either direction. So it's
Right.
either you can just always, if it's a good story and he's saying, and we got there, there were like 60
proud of
people
us.
in line. You can guess it was probably 40 people in line.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Or whatever. You could always do by 30% either way. But yeah, I guess. No, I
30%
definitely catch
above
myself exaggerating.
is the American
Ex-
way. 30%
Okay.
below is the British way.
Oh, well.
oh.
Mm-hmm.
What, really?
That's right.
Oh.
That's right.
Oh,
That's what I
not to know
said.
that.
No, well,
Well-
it's like the difference between American humor and British humor. American humor goes, you walk into a room, it smells. You go, this place stinks like shit. And if you go into a room and it smells in Britain, you go, well, this doesn't smell very good, does it? And that's the same joke. But
Is that
They're
what
much
Jimmy
more
Carr?
polite.
Jimmy Carr would go, I went into a room and it smelled, and I was something about Hitler.
Oh, it smelled like the Holocaust, and I
It
thought,
smelled
oh,
like the
pleasant.
Holocaust.
And then he would change
Yes.
it and be like, I like the smell of the Holocaust.
Yeah.
Jimmy Carr's,
Yeah, exactly.
He writes offensive jokes
Yeah.
Right.
that are going to get him canceled someday. I will say that I felt really bad today because I went in to go get my retainer. That, by the way, after I finished Invisalign, they gave me 2 retainers
Mm.
that I thought would last at least a lifetime.
Yeah.
Viviscoff
retainers.
or whatever.
Wait,
it's
do they
called.
not last?
They're not Viviscoff ones. I just learned that.
Oh, what are
That's
they?
not the brand. I don't know. They gave me some off-brand. So I walk in. So both of the retainers have broken. Like I take them out and they've ripped.
That's
Which
after
you-
wearing them overnight.
Yeah, wearing them overnight. Like for like I think I wore them like 3 weeks each, and they both have ripped. And yes, I don't take them off from the back like you're supposed to. But Chris has a retainer that is thick, like a tabletop. Like
Yeah.
it's gigantic, and mine's like a thin little thing. So I ordered some new ones. I went to go pick them up. They're $400 per pair.
Oh.
And, and which is, I go, so am I going to have to pay $400 the rest of my life every 2 months because these things break? And they go, I don't know. You could do our retainer for life program. And I said, what's that? She starts digging through a filing cabinet. You pay $1,000 one time, and every time you need a new retainer, it's $70.
Oh, for
And I go,
God's
so
sakes.
they know these are crap. And
Yeah.
she goes, or I go, they know these are shit. And I said it kind of like as loud as that.
Good.
And there were kids in the waiting room, and I go, I mean crap, which
Uh-huh.
is, I think crap is even a bad word to kids.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
it's
not
not
Stupid
great.
is
It's not a
bad
good
for
word.
kid.
Poop.
Yeah.
Oh, today
These
Arlo
are
caught me
pooping.
saying idiot, and he was like, Nikki said idiot,
No,
and I said
because-
I didn't say it about my sister. I said it about football.
Can we
Yeah.
stop with that? Can we stop teaching kids to be narcs? I mean, about words.
Or why don't we just say words around kids because they're going to learn them anyway? It doesn't
Yeah.
like everyone just takes so much offense that their kid is going to be a foul mouthed person. So what if your kid you can blame it on TV or the internet. Like it's not like we're all learning how to cuss from our parents anymore. Like
or just who cares? Just cuss.
just let them cuss.
What's
They're going to learn
funnier
it
than
eventually.
a kid who curses? I mean,
Nothing.
a
Well,
kid
they'll
who's
get
like,
in
I want a
trouble at
fucking
school.
lollipop. That's hilarious.
Then
Well,
they'll
I want
learn at
fucking
school
candy
not to
for
do it.
breakfast.
Yeah, you can't cuss as an adult everywhere. You get in trouble for cussing as an adult. People
Yeah,
think you're
you
crazy.
can't let them
They
cuss.
definitely did today. And so I go, oh, so they know these are shit. And I was just I wasn't trying to call out this woman. She has nothing to do with it, the
Right.
receptionist. But be with me on this. You just pulled a paper out that has a retainer for life program because that you have to pay $1,000. The retainer should be for at least
6 months.
more. If they're $400
Yeah,
a piece,
they
unless
should
you
be
do retainer for
At
life
least
program.
6 months. You only got 2 months out of yours.
Yeah, and now I have to pay $1,000, and then I'll have to
Right.
pay $70 each time.
So
Why
you
didn't you
wanted
tell
the
me-
lady
Life.
to be like, yeah, you're right. They are shit. It's a scam.
Yeah, this is a scam.
Yeah.
Like, but she can't say that
She
because
can't do that.
So then I guess someone heard the commotion, and the orthodontist came out. I've never met my orthodontist husband.
Oh,
He's a
no.
striking man.
Oh.
Oh.
He's a gorgeous man, comes out from the back and is
Oh,
like, what's the
God.
problem here? And I'm like, who is this model that's coming out to talk to me? And then I call him down because I'm like, okay, not because he was like hot or anything, but because it just seemed to be like I was causing a commotion. And I felt bad that I said shit. I did say it loud and it was crowded. And I did feel bad. I don't want to be that type of person. I'll cuss in front of Lauren and Matt's kids
You
sometimes.
just went in there with a rant.
I
were-
went in there a little hot.
Yeah, you went in
A little
hot.
I went in hot.
yeah.
I was running late for the podcast.
Yeah.
I was annoyed that it was because I had already paid half the bill, but I didn't remember what the amount was. And then when they gave me the other half, and I'm like $212, so $450 or $425
For two
every.
retain-
And I go, so I have to pay $425 every 2 months for the rest of my. I really said that, and they go, no, you can do this program. Oh, so why don't they just make them stronger? I said my boyfriend's retainer is so thick. Why can't I get one like
Well,
that?
you
I said, I
can.
think I'm probably going to go elsewhere. Yeah, because I can. Because all it's doing is keeping my teeth in the place that they are now.
You can
My
get
teeth are different because I've done Invisalign.
You can get Invisalign retainers that are thicker and they'll last longer.
Mm.
The-
Wait, why don't you just get one of those retainers that is for grinding teeth? Once you set those in,
Yeah, that's
your
what I'm saying.
teeth
Your
are
teeth will be
like-
set.
the teeth are already set in the right position.
Well, I'm not doing this again. But anyway, the
Those are
striking
$4.99.
the striking orthodontist who was
Did he
married
strike you
to
for
my,
being
my
a bitch?
I was like, if he did, it wouldn't show up. God, I got nothing to show for it. But I was just like, suddenly like, sorry. Okay, so what's the other option? And he was very understanding. You could just tell he was the guy that comes out and talks to crazy ladies. And I didn't like the guy coming out to talk to crazy. And listen, they were so in the right. I know they're going to hear this. Someone's going to send this to them.
Yeah.
You guys, you were right. We all know that guy is striking. I'm not saying anything indecent.
right.
Even
He
Chris
know-
talks about
he
because
knows
Chris
it.
went to high school, I think, with this guy, and he's
Oh.
on the way out. He goes, "Oh, say hi to Chris for me," and I was like, "Huh?" What? And he goes, "I'm AJ," and I'm like, "Oh, you're my Jenna's husband," and Jenna's a looker too. I mean, these two are
Yeah.
just gorgeous.
I've
people.
seen her on
Because I
billboards,
remember
think.
when I started going to Jenna, Chris was like, "Oh, she's married to AJ from school," and he goes, "I bet she's so hot," and I go, "She is." He goes, "Because AJ's hot." Hot people find each other.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
A 10 doesn't end up with not a 10.
No.
Oh.
Unless it's a 10 woman, and then she
Oh,
can
I've seen it
she can end up
happen.
with a guy that has 10 zeros behind his
A
yearly
bank account.
salary. Yeah. But that's the only 10s that those 10s hang out with. But yes. So
Or
Mom,
you're
have you
in-
ever seen a mismatched hot couple? That is the woman is the uglier one?
I'm just trying to think of people I know, but of
Mismatched.
course I have seen that.
When?
I don't know when.
No, you don't know when because it doesn't happen.
It doesn't.
No, women are always
Well,
the
what
more
about
attractive.
like Danny DeVito?
Rhea
and-
Perlman, they're equals. They're both
yeah,
they're
okay,
both
you're-
fours.
Okay, got that.
Wait, are you saying
And I
that
say this with no judgment, by the way.
tens
I
are
just-
always
No,
a tens
no,
or
no.
Don't
everyone's
get mad
always
at me for
equal?
saying Rhea Perlman's a 4. What?
No.
Are you saying everyone's always equal with who they're?
No, you're either equal. This is what I said in I said it in one special I did. You're either equal or the woman is hotter.
Yeah.
The best a woman can do is equal to her.
Or
the worst of what man will do is equal to him.
Or you're
it
in
will
the closet.
never be different.
Or you're in the closet or something like
You're
that.
in the closet. Yes. A man can be in the closet or have low self-esteem or have an ugly mother that he wants. Maybe he wants
God.
to recreate his childhood a little
That's
bit.
the
Sometimes
worst. Nothing
So
worse than
either-
having an ugly mother.
but
Oh, poor people.
no,
Just kidding.
there's no chance.
Julie.
Maybe one
Can
out
you
of every
imagine?
100 men with an ugly woman.
being dropped
and-
off to school with an ugly mother.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
people have it all the time.
Oh my! Just get away from
Poor.
me.
No, having an ugly mother would hurt your feelings because men always say, whether they do it or not, they always say they look at the mother to see what you're going to turn out
Oh,
like.
yeah.
And I
That's
can
what
imagine.
your dad said once, and I was like, that was really cute.
Does that happen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you actually wind up turning into your mother? Like you look like them exactly?
I think so, or it just shows kind of what your genetics are going to look like long term, and I think that that's important to people. Oh, can I share my new theory that I'm obsessed with?
Sure.
I
okay.
guess.
This
Sure,
is
go
so
for it.
exciting. I think it's groundbreaking. I think it's really important. Okay, I was thinking about adoption and how people don't want to do it quite often because they want their kid to look like them. And you can give me any excuse you want for why you're not doing adoption and why you want to have your own kid, but you're having your own kid because you want something that's you and you want your genetics, and that's okay. That's nothing wrong with that. Don't make other excuses though. That's why you do it. Otherwise, you would adopt. It's the better thing to do. There are people without homes. You're doing it because you're a little bit of a narcissist, but we all are. It doesn't matter. We all have mirrors everywhere we go. We all are. It's no problem. What I would say is a good thing about adoption, because now I'm thinking about my only option is adoption, and that is a rhyme that
is.
adoption
Yeah.
uses. Is that
Coolio.
I think it was Coolio that said that in Gangster's Paradise. I think it was one of the lyrics. Because my only adoption option is adoption, I think I am starting to just try to think about like what are the good things about it, and I came up with a great one.
Okay.
So I think a lot of the problem with people in general is that they grow up, and people that have insecurity issues, people that have low self-esteem, people that have I'm not good enoughness, perfectionism, procrastination, all these things, it's the root of it can be caused from their parents putting a lot of pressure on them to be perfect, to be better, and that the parent sees them as an extension of them. Therefore, if my child is failing in school, I am a failure somehow. If my child doesn't look a certain way, I'm failing. If my child is fat, if my child is ugly, it's somehow an extension of me. There's something wrong with me. Now, if you adopt, if your child is dumb and ugly, you can just blame it on where the parents that had
biological
it.
parents.
Therefore, you can protect yourself. Now,
Yeah.
this isn't a conscious thing; it's a subconscious thing. I think that if my kid were adopted and he was bad in school, or like some kind of thing that
not
made
your
me
fault.
feel insecure about how I rate my genetics, I wouldn't care as much. I'd just accept him for what he is and try to work with what we have, as opposed to taking it as some like wound on the family tree and my heritage and my lineage. And so it would be, I would have a better response, because when my friends are dumb and ugly, I don't go like, and I'm saying this as a joke, to be honest with you. Dumb and ugly
Because
is
you would never
I
have
don't
a dumb
care
and
if
ugly friend.
No. I do have dumb and ugly friends, but it doesn't mean that I don't think that I think worse of them or something. But yes, sometimes I can be dumb and ugly. Like I thought that there was no God in Judaism. I thought they just had no God.
Mm.
I missed some things. I thought that Mexico was South America until last week. I did not know that Mexico was North America. I just thought everything, because my mom's learning this.
It's Central America.
Okay, Central.
I think it's a part of
Yeah,
North
I just
America.
No,
Oh,
but
is
Central
it?
America
If
is
you
North
might be
America.
right.
Panama.
if you're just talking about
Costa Rica.
continents, then there's only North and South America.
So I just want to say I can be dumb too. Right, exactly. Okay.
No, I gotta check
And
that
I say
out.
exactly like
Now
I just
I'm
didn't
bothered.
find that out from Brian. So when someone says a fact, you can say exactly, and you aren't lying. You sound like you knew it already, but you could just be saying, yeah, exactly. So it's a safe thing to say
Sure,
after
sure.
someone says something smart, and you're not technically lying, but people do infer that you might have known it before. But I think that, if someone I'm not related to is ignorant or acting a fool or embarrassing and crying, I don't like take it as me. I don't take, I can help them in a way that isn't like I'm taking it personally. And I think that if I had kids that were acting a fool, I wouldn't be as like, I wouldn't be as
so if
attached
you
to
adopt
it.
a kid and it's having a temper tantrum at a grocery
Yes.
store, and you won't feel embarrassed, you'll be like, well, don't blame me, blame its natural born
Crackhead
parents.
mom.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. I would say
Yeah.
this, and I know that that's not right, maybe, because you should take responsibility. But if you've read any studies about kids growing up, you kind of turn out the way you are because of your genetics. There's really little that nurture can do. It's mostly nature. They've taken twins that were and raised them in accidentally were raised in two different environments. They turned out the same. Barring intense neglect or abuse, a child's going to kind of turn out the same, no matter if they have amazing parents or kind of mediocre ones. And that has been studied and I would say peer reviewed. Like that is the way it is. And it's a bummer for people who want to adopt because you think that you can have this great impact on a kid's life. Yes, taking them out of a home with crack addicted parents is probably going to be very beneficial for them, but they're not going to turn out better than if you were.
Well,
a
you can give them
different
an
person.
opportunity because if they
Yeah.
have the same skills and the same whatever, but if they don't have the opportunity to go
people
to
don't-
school or whatever, then they're not going to become successful
right.
in society.
People don't.
You can
Good-
kind of carve that child
But
a
that-
little bit.
but
can
not
cut 'em up.
really.
Yeah.
I'll
Cut-
send
cut
you.
'em-
I'll
cut
send
them.
you the research. Yeah, beat them up. That can change them, but not beating them up all the way up to being the best parent in the world is really negligible.
So the only thing you can
That-
do is make them worse.
Yeah, honestly, it's kind of a disappointment, but it's kind of freeing as if you want to be a parent and love something, but know that you aren't responsible for how this kid turns out. You might be a little bit have a better life. Okay, that's my theory. We'll be right back after this.
We'll have to think about that.
All right, we're back. You've had seconds to think about my theory. You've had time to mull it over. What do you make of it?
I think that you can basically. I'm saying that yes, if you have a damaged genetic child,
It's kind of
if
like
you-
having a stepkid. You can just go, not my problem.
Yeah, I mean, but you can definitely have an impact on that child.
Yes, I mean, teachers have impacts on kids and stuff. I'm just saying,
Why do
I will
people
send
send
you
their
the
kids
articles.
to better schools and?
Because it's a socioeconomic status and because it reflects on them and because people are obsessed with people thinking my kid's the smartest. That's why people, bribe schools to get them into better schools. It's not about their kid actually being smarter. Their dumb kid is lying about being on the rowing team so that she can go to Yale so it can look good. We can put the bumper sticker on our car. Our friends and family will think we're cool. It's not really about your daughter getting a better education and having a better
You
life.
can
It's
help
about
people
you.
society level, but not biologically.
Yeah, I gotta.
Yes,
I'll read
okay.
the research again and share it on the next episode or share it on.
Yeah, that's
our
the thing. Is the crux of your argument is based on the research, and
yes, that I don't have.
I don't believe the research yet. I believe that there's got to be research that says the opposite of what you're saying, as well as what you're saying, and then it's not decided yet. Nature versus nurture.
Okay,
But if
I'm
what you're
gonna-
saying is true, then that sucks. But
it
all that
I
matters
realize,
is money.
well, I think-
at that
I think
point.
all I
also what it
want is that
means
nurture to be
Is that
better than nature.
if we
Sorry.
So like if we look at ourselves and like the work that we do to kind of like work out the kinks from like our family of origin, like family history, then it means that like
Yes.
we can't do it either.
That's a good point. Hold
like
on.
therapy, you can't fix the problems. Is that what you're
Right.
saying?
Yeah, listen,
Nobody can fix anything. Nobody can do anything.
Let's
it's
just all
all
kill
set in
ourselves.
stone.
All
I
you can
just
do is
know-
make it worse. Jump off
All
a
I
bridge.
know is that this whole thing I'm talking about, this research that I did read at another time, and I'm gonna find the sources to back it up at some point. I was upset when I read it because adoption is my only thing that I would probably end up doing. I do want to have a huge impact on my kids' life and for them to be able to be funny like me and be critically thinking like me and forgiving like me and all the things that I like about myself. I'm a narcissist. I would love for those to be imposed. So when I read this research, I was bummed out. This isn't suiting my vision for what I want for my life. So that is why I'm saying to trust me about this. The article I read was a huge bummer to me because I was like, then what's the point if I'm not going to have any kind of, but I think the point now for me is that I will have a better time being a parent and my child would have a more comfortable experience being whatever they are because what they are is what they are if I didn't take it so personally that they are what they are.
Well,
and
that's
I
a
would
good
have a better
point.
time doing it. I
Yeah.
would just be an easier road because I think that, I think even dad, like when the kids act up or do something a little bit weird, he'll be like, that's the green side of the family.
I don't
Like
think
he
has ever
blames it
said-
on. Yes, he's done it before.
I've
where he's
never-
like, "Well, our side of the family doesn't act like this.
Oh.
We've never said anything like this. We don't have these issues." And so he'll blame it.
Huh.
I've heard that before because dad has, he wants Glaser blood to be strong and smart and
exaggerate.
Okay, I think
And
I found the
yes,
article
and
you're talking
30%.
about.
Okay, really?
It's a Scientific American article, And it says
those hacks.
Yeah, the hacks. In the nature-nurture war, nature wins. Environmental influences are important too, but they're largely unsystematic, unstable, and idiosyncratic. And I think I found the line. Understanding the importance of genetic influence is just the beginning of the story of how DNA makes us who we are. Studying genetically informative cases like those of twins and adoptees led to some of the biggest findings in psychology because for the first time, nature and nurture could be disentangled.
Yes. So twins that were accidentally separated at birth, they
During
could
the
study
past
them
4
and say,
decades,
yeah.
scientists have conducted long-term studies on special relatives like twins and adoptees to test the effects of nature and nurture. The research has built a mountain of evidence showing that genetics contributes importantly to all psychological differences between us. In fact, inherited DNA differences account for about 50% of the differences between us in our personality, mental health and illness, and cognitive abilities and disabilities. It says 50%.
Okay.
So 50%.
Well, that's split, man.
yeah.
Keep reading, Brian. Sorry.
That's the
Not-
only time
not
they've
like-
mentioned twins.
Oh no, but I just mean like we'll look at that again because I just remember I have no dog in this fight except I wanted adoption to be way more.
You have no dog because we have both your dogs.
Yeah, you do, and one of them is. I'm thinking about getting a new
Zingers
one,
today.
We know.
but now I know adopting doesn't have any impact
yeah. What
on
if
their
you
life.
get stuck with a crack dog?
Yeah, I want a little crack dog. I mean, I rehabilitated Luigi pretty well. I mean, he's still scared, but he's not like shaking in a corner like he used to be.
He still wants Pizza Hut bad.
He was just
He was
my whole
fat.
theory, but I used to have a joke about it, but it never ended up on any special. But when I was like looking for dogs, I would read these like, pet finder ads or whatever for these dogs. And they
have great
lie
stories.
about the dog's stories so
Yeah.
that you want to get the dog more.
Right. No, he's got a good story.
Yeah, he was discovered behind a Pizza Hut in Van Nuys. He was
Mhm.
using a pepperoni as a blanket. That's what Chris always says. Whenever we have pepperoni, he was like, and I'd go, can we get half blankets, half cheese? And I'm like, wait, what? And then he goes, remember Luigi? And I go, oh, yes. And then, yeah, the story was that there were some kids throwing firecrackers at Luigi.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
And a little boy said, stop. And he went over to the dog and he took Luigi home, but his mom wouldn't let him keep it.
I
so
didn't
she
hear
called
this.
Mayday Rescue. That was the story.
Oh.
And I believe the story because Natalie's not a liar and she has no reason to lie. But as I was reading Pet Finder stories, I was like, man, these are
Good ones.
whatever you can do to not sell a dog, get a dog a home,
Lie.
give a story to
Yeah.
it, give it a cute
Yeah.
name. I love when photographers come in and volunteer their resources to take beautiful pictures of dogs.
Mhm.
Because I was looking at Mayday Rescue, which is where I've rescued both my parents' dogs, formerly my dogs, nay, my dogs. Nay, great crossword thing.
Knee. What do you
Nay.
What's nay mean?
Like you're Julie Glaser, nay Burke.
No, knee.
It's nay in French because it has an
N-E-E.
apostrophe aigu, I think.
Mm.
So I think maybe
That's French.
Americans say knee, but I've
The
always
Knights who
thought it
say
was
knee.
nay. I was looking at the Mayday Rescue thing, and I was looking at because I'm looking for a new dog, and I've got my eye on a couple that are in circulation there, and I was looking and like the dogs that have the cuter photo have so many more likes.
Ugh.
Like it's all about the photo.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
there's a good
Mm.
photo of this one dog that I'm looking at. I'm not going to say its name, and it has like thousands of likes.
Ah.
And then that same dog has some kind of shitty photos a little bit later. No, like hardly any likes. And it's
You
like,
should go for the other one.
no, I always want a black dog because black dogs don't get chosen as much as any other dog. I always
Oh.
that's what I'm looking for right now. I want
Okay.
the ugliest dog. I almost got a dog with
Well,
one eye.
we have one white dog, one brown dog, and we need a black dog.
I know. Well, you're gonna get one. Shadow's coming up.
Little shadow.
Yeah.
No, and it's got to have a good
it's
story.
just it's crazy to me that people care that much about stuff. But yeah, we're
The
an
story's
aesthetic
important.
based.
well, it's like
culture.
adopting. You're adopting.
Yeah, you want to hear that story about your kid
Something.
too. You want your
Yeah,
kid to have been behind a pizza place eating rocks
Yeah.
and being
Being covered in
Have a
peppers.
pepperoni as a blanket.
You want a good. That's why people adopted from Africa. They want
Mhm.
people to know, and I don't think that's everyone, but there is something about like I am a hero because
Yes.
and There's a part of me that wants an ugly dog, not because I want people to think I'm a hero. I really don't. I would admit that about myself if that was part of it. I think that's something I could admit. It's really because I think less people want this thing, so I want it.
Yeah.
It's almost like a rare bag. Or
It doesn't
Birkin
get
bag.
any attention.
Yeah, like I want the thing that is probably going to be put down because I don't want it.
Mhm.
I don't want to be someone who's selective about animal looks. I think that's so
Yeah.
weird.
My
Yeah, well,
friend,
if you think-
my friend
yeah.
Michael is actually a hero and rescued a dog literally when he was in the Peace Corps. He was a Peace Corps in Mauritania, which is in Western Africa. And the dogs there, they're strays all over the streets there, and people
Yeah.
just kill them. They'll just throw
Mhm.
rocks in because the dogs will like eat your food and stuff. They're like wild dogs.
Oh
Right.
my god!
So there was
What
this
the
little dog.
fuck?
He was just walking the streets, and these kids were throwing rocks at this little dog, and he got between them and the kids, and he
No.
said, "Stop throwing rocks!" And they chased off the kids. And then the
He
dog
started
was
throwing
hurt.
rocks at the kids.
He started throwing rocks at the kids, and he killed all 4 kids.
Great.
And then he drank their blood,
Good.
and he became some
Bad.
kind of demonic superhuman who now flies
And
through
that guy
the
was
skies.
Elon Musk.
Yeah. Now he has a spaceship. No, but the dog was injured. He took the dog to a vet. The vet took care of the dog. But then he's like, the only way to save this dog is I have to get him out of Mauritania. Otherwise, he's just going to be put back on the street. But it's illegal to take a dog across the border. So he had to.
The only vet in Mauritania is ones that repair rock wounds. Like that's only every dog that comes
Every
in.
dog is
They're like, I
injured.
think he's sick, has a heart issue. He's like, where did the rock hit him? He's like, there was no rock.
That's so
It's a
sad.
kidney failure.
Oh my
They're
God.
like, there must be rocks involved. Okay, go on.
He had to illegally transport this dog hidden in some train car to get him to like some other country like Morocco or something.
Oh my
And then he could
gosh.
and then he
Not
got the
one
dog.
with a rock in the name.
Yeah. Morocco. That's kind of that's the noise the dog made when it got hit.
More rock. No.
But he managed to get the dog from Africa to America, and then it was his dog for the next 10
America?
years. Yeah, America. And then he took him and he lived out his days in Little Rock, Arkansas,
Oh my god.
where the dog felt a lot better because the rocks were little. But no, that dog, it was a real rescue. He literally
Wow, that's
amazing.
rescued this dog from the streets of Mauritania and took him to
Aw.
America. And then it was his dog for
You
about
know,
10 years. and he
today
passed
I
away
learned
sadly.
that Central America
good
is part of
story.
North America. It's not a separate continent. And I also learned that there's a place called Mauritania.
Yeah.
I never knew that was a country. Did
There's
you know that?
2 countries in
no,
Africa.
I've never. I thought that was like a holding area or something. I didn't know what that meant.
Okay. Yeah. What two countries
Well, there's
in Africa?
one
What?
country called Mauritania, and there's one country called Mauritius.
Lesotania. Oh yeah, Mauritius. I've
Mauritius
heard of that.
is like islands.
I
Mauritania
think I went.
is
He
a
was in my 5th grade
sub-Saharan
class.
Desolate.
I'm serious. I swear to
sat
God,
behind
I
you,
think
right?
there was a Mauritius. Yeah. That's there are country names that I don't know the names of. I mean, there's like how many
I
countries?
bet you
like
I could
200,
name-
400 or something.
I could name 100
Oh,
countries that you probably don't know the name of.
I bet you could.
Yeah.
You've got that
Wow.
kind of brain.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
It's-
impressed.
I didn't have to do it.
Yeah. So go on. Let's do. I'm just kidding. Please don't turn off the podcast because I feel like he's gonna start listing.
He's gonna.
I could
start
list all
rattling off.
270 countries off the top of my head.
Is that how many there are?
Are
Yeah.
you serious?
Well, there's
I'm
debate
in-
about how many there are, but 270 is like the standard.
You could do them all.
All 270, no question.
Even France.
No, not
Have you
France.
heard of that?
You would have forgotten.
I
that
can't
one.
name France.
Do you ever forget about states? Like there was one time that I heard about New Hampshire and I was like, I have not thought about New Hampshire in 20 years. Like I forgot
Yeah.
New Hampshire was a state.
Live for your
That's
life.
one where I forgot about.
That's
Mhm.
a hot one.
I mean, I know it, but I really was like, oh my God, you don't ever think about New Hampshire.
No, not
Politically,
really.
it's
Or it's the first state that
mentioned a
does
lot.
the.
Oh yeah, the and then the caucuses.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's the first state that does the primary in something Knobs Gap or whatever the city's called.
Oh,
They're
God.
trying to take it away from them though and give it to some other state like South Carolina because it doesn't make
Oh.
because New Hampshire doesn't matter.
Nobody
But
remembers
South
New Hampshire,
Carolina.
Clearly.
Right.
no one can
Everyone
remember it.
forgets
That's
it.
right.
Every 20 years you go, oh yeah, that's a thing.
Mhm.
Mom, what was the best Christmas gift you got or like memory or anything?
You mean from this year?
Yeah.
I I know, Nikki, you gave me a beautiful coat.
Oh, I wasn't even trying to lead that, but I did give you a good coat.
You gave me the best gift.
Okay.
Definitely.
God, that coat has a story.
Oh, I knew it.
You knew? What do you know?
I just know you.
What do you mean?
Because you were like, I screwed up with the presents this year.
I did screw up with the
And then I was
presents
like,
this year.
and she's like, I didn't get you guys anything. And I was
because
like,
I
good.
made a Madewell order for my mom and sister that had like 9 things in it. You know, like it was a big ass order. And I was so proud of myself to get all my Christmas shopping done in one day. I ordered from all these different places and I got it done. And it was during my special planning. So I was like writing my special at Starbucks. And then I was like, actually, I'm going to just shop real quick. I got it all done. Good deals on stuff, great sizing, everything, the right color and everything. I was like, yes. And then I get back from my trip, like the special, and I'm going to go through all the boxes. It's a giant wall of boxes to start wrapping things.
I saw your wall of boxes.
And I go, where's the Madewell box? What's going on? And I go, oh no. And so I went to Madewell.com, look at my shopping cart. The number 9 is right there. That means there are 9 things still in my shopping cart. It has not been checked out yet. Every single thing in the shopping cart is sold out now. It's all the sale prices are gone. Like it was during like a sale that I did this at the right time. So I go, I have nothing for them. This is Christmas Eve. I
was okay with this, you guys.
And so I went over my parents' house and I was like, I have nothing for you. But then I remembered that I over-ordered gifts 2 years ago.
You gotta be.
And I've had that coat in my closet for 2 years, waiting to give you and I forgot to give it to you for last Christmas.
Nice.
You could have had that coat for 2 years.
No, you gave me a coat last year.
No, it was 2 years ago.
The long one, really?
Mm-hmm. It was Dose years ago.
Okay, I felt like last year.
No,
I
been a long
she's
December,
a coat
bitch.
giver now.
Yeah, and also Lauren's coat, also part of the coats from 2 years ago that I bought.
Oh,
and I was so glad that I had them. And I still have the tag on them.
No, I love my.
I keep
coat.
the tag on everything I own because my mom might want it someday. And if
I
I gave
know
her
it.
just a thing that I used to wear, she might go like, I like it. But if it still has the tag on it, it could smell totally funky, but you'll still like it because the tag's on it.
You got that right.
You got that right.
I keep all my tags on.
I'm trying to think what you gave me.
I
a
love
purse.
that coat.
I sent my mom a bunch of Poshmark.
Bootsy. I got you
oh,
boots.
those boots. I love those. I haven't worn them
Do
yet.
you really like them?
But I just, the new thing is send people what you want.
Yeah. Don't.
Months in advance. And then you forget that you ever even sent it. And then you get this thing that you already like.
Yeah. I bought that purse.
It's so nice.
Months ago. And I was like, I got to get another gift for Nikki. And I went in the closet that I had other stuff in. And I found that box. I was like, oh my God, I got that purse for Nikki.
It was good. I do have to be a more gracious gift receiver because I just
that's tough.
Sometimes gifts to me, it's so rude to not be a good gift receiver. But when it's people
You've
that I like,
always been so good.
No, remember I went through a rough patch in my late teens and 20s.
No,
I was
but
a
as
bitch.
a child, we have videos of you. Every present you opened, you were going, I love this. You were telling all your friends that came to your little party, you were like, I just love this. It was the cutest thing. We're like,
I was a people pleaser from the very get go because I guarantee you I didn't like all those gifts.
Yeah, you probably didn't.
I saw footage of me opening something that I hated and I remember hating it, but I go, oh my God, a Macaulay Culkin doll. Grandma, Macaulay Culkin, and it speaks. Grandma, it's the greatest gift. And I'm just like, it's like easy. Jesus, love, actually.
No,
like,
I was so proud
down.
of you, the way you accepted
Yeah, I was
gifts.
a real good
but
little girl.
2 years ago, you left every gift I gave you at our house. I mean, I think I gave you like 6 gifts and they were still there. And I was like,
you can just keep these here. You want this.
Yeah.
That's what I always say. I go, do you want this? I just try to give it back because generally I'm getting gifts that I think people give gifts that they like themselves. They're like, I would want this. I think that's an easy way to like,
That's
but
a
it's not
mistake.
the right way. It is a mistake.
You gotta,
it's always a mistake.
You got to think about what the other person. I mean, this is so obvious to me. I don't understand why it needs to be said, but you got to think about what the other person would want and get that for them.
Well, we live in a society that lacks empathy. We don't really understand what it's like to walk in someone else's shoes. We think about walking in someone else's shoes with our feet. What it really means is walking in someone else's skin. The shoes thing needs to be changed because everyone just goes, well, if I had her shoes on, and I know they don't think that literally, but they just go, I would just do things. You go, no, you have to be born in my skin, raised by my parents.
They go,
That's
but
how we
those
have
shoes wouldn't even fit me. Like I wouldn't be able
I
to
would
walk
never
out. It's
wear
like,
those
that's not.
shoes.
what we mean.
Yeah, exactly.
Those
I would be
ugly
overpronated in those
Well, that's what I was worried about your boots.
Crocs. Yeah, you would never walk in those shoes.
I could
but
not walk in those
I can
shoes.
do it in high heel. At least when I'm
Boots.
on stage, the adrenaline makes it not hurt. But Dad always goes out to West County Mall
And gets a
Christmas
buck.
Eve and he gets us journals. So this year when he went out, I go, Dad, don't you buy me a journal. I have too many journals. Ironically enough, I do need a journal and I just ordered one. And so I
that's so
should have
funny.
told him to get me one. I
That's
was
so
such a
funny.
little bitch. But I was like, don't get us calendars. And Mom goes, I want a calendar. And so
I got one.
So he goes to the calendar store. He goes to Barnes and Noble. He likes getting like little fun gifts the night before. Great thing, but he's paying full price. Mom knows that.
Don't
He's-
like that. No,
Don't
just
like
kidding. No, he wanted to go to Barnes. He wanted to go to Barnes and Noble.
He loves
so
going to Barnes and Noble. and
That's
just-
his big thing.
I
on
know. And then
Christmas Eve.
That's
so
the gift to him.
He got me
Yeah,
and my sister.
I let him go.
So I got a gift from him on Christmas Eve. He goes, like, let's just give her it on Christmas Eve. This is a fun one. So you hand it over, and I open it up, and immediately I see the word Trump, and I'm just like, ugh, I don't even want to read this word. I hate this person so much. And it's a bobblehead. Was it a
No, it's just a little figure.
It's just a toy figurine of
Figurine.
Donald Trump in a jail suit, like in an orange jumpsuit, like imprisoned. And it's his exact a 3D printer perfectly printed his face from the mugshot, which is I hate that photo too.
Yeah.
I know it's a joke and it's like Trump in prison. Let's try to let's celebrate this. I don't want a Trump figurine in my house, in my eye line. I don't like him. It's like giving me
No.
a Hitler thing. Like, I don't want to look at,
Yeah.
do people have Hitler toys for jokes? I don't think so.
No.
Like, I don't like this. I hate him more than anyone. And so I just was instantly like, I don't want this. And I was really a bitch about it. But I wasn't a bitch. I was just
No.
like, can you, and Dad goes, we'll keep it. And I go, great. Or we'll give it to
Yeah. Somebody else.
TV Bob or
Yeah,
whatever.
Right.
And I was like, great. And it wasn't a contentious thing. I was just like, I don't want to see his
No,
name. This
he
is actually
understood
very
that.
not. I don't want to say triggering because anyone who likes Trump is going to be like, oh, you snowflake, you can't handle Trump. I just
No,
it's
we
just
can't.
it has a negative connotation to me, and I can't handle it. And so I was just like, ugh. And I handed it off, and I go, that's a really sweet thought, but I don't want this in my possession. And then the next day, Christmas Day. My dad gave the same present to my sister and Matt, not the same one he gave me. He wasn't regifting. He bought 2 of them.
But 3.
And then I saw Lauren open it up and she was like, this is great.
She loved it.
This is funny. I could tell she felt the same way about it as I did.
Really?
But she had a better response that
Oh.
she can just throw it away now. Like, I
Right.
was too honest.
Right.
I think I lost that little part of me that is cordial and kind to my loved ones. And shouldn't that be the ones we're the kindest to?
Yeah, but you're the
No,
most
you're
comfortable.
honest.
Isn't
You're
your
honest.
honesty is showing them,
But
you know.
that's
Yeah.
then people are scared to give me gifts now.
No,
'Cause
I'm not. You just tell me what you want.
Well, Mom brought me something yesterday. She was at Goodwill, and we'll tell you what it is after the break.
Okay.
I like how you go, okay, like you don't know. All right. So yesterday you were at Goodwill or St. Vincent. I mean,
I
one
was
of the.
at Goodwill.
And by the way, Taylor yesterday on the podcast was like, I got to get your mom to the bins because she says she never runs into you at the bins. Therefore, you're probably not there.
I don't go to the bins.
Why don't you go to the bins?
Because it's like a madhouse.
The
Oh,
bins,
really?
What are the
People-
bins?
It's the outlet, the Goodwill outlet, and they come out with this huge bin. They dump this stuff on this big tables, and hundreds of people fight over it. It's
like-
like insane.
Inexpensive goods.
No, and everything's weighed by the pound. So you could get
Oh my God.
a pair of boots for 59 cents.
Wow.
It's like
It sounds
59
like something
cents.
you would love, but you don't like the chaos of all the
Oh,
people.
I don't like the competition and the chaos. No.
I
And
don't like
there's-
competition either.
I don't like it.
People, you know why? Because
Why?
we're actually very competitive.
Oh,
And so this is what I learned. I used to think
well, I do know
that because I don't like, I don't like I have to go to a Pilates class today because my instructor isn't available. So it's like a fourth of the price to go to a class versus
Okay.
individual. But I pay 4 times the price because I don't like feeling competitive with other people that are
Oh.
clearly going to be better than me.
Oh, I
it
see.
really bothers me.
Wow.
So I don't go to those classes. And I used to think it was because I just don't like competition. I don't want to be competitive. I don't want to compete against others. It's the opposite. I love competition and I desperately
But
want to
you
be
wanna
the
be the
best. And if I
best.
can't be the best, I'm a little baby bitch and I don't want any part of it.
Gotcha.
It's really not a good way to be. And that's why I'm forcing myself to do more classes this year. I want to like get rid of this sense of competition I have with people that don't even know.
Why
they're
don't you want to
competing with me.
beat them, defeat them in class? That's
Because
the whole
I
point.
can't. I know that I can't because Pilates is not something I'm good at. And I'm even going out of my comfort zone to do a thing I'm not good at in the first place. And so to then be against people. I used to have a joke that when I am on a treadmill and there's a girl next to me, it happened yesterday actually at the gym. Chris and I went down to our gym and there was a girl already down there on the treadmill. And I was like, I can't get off this treadmill until she gets off hers. Like, because I started after her. There's no way that I can quit before her. I looked over at her screen. This bitch is on 48 minutes.
Oh my God.
And I'm on 12 minutes. And I go,
What is she doing?
who goes more than 30 minutes on a treadmill? You have an eating disorder if you do that. No offense. You're either training for something or you have an eating disorder.
Well,
No
let's
offense.
just go with the training.
Okay, I'll say that to be nice.
Yeah.
But you don't need to be on a treadmill running for an hour unless you
Well,
are
you
running
get
from
a
a
lot
demon in your
of-
brain.
You could,
Endorphins, calories.
yeah, all that.
I used to
Yeah,
do
but
it.
that's because you're. But okay, so what were you doing?
I would just run I would watch football while running, and so I would just be able to watch. When you're watching something that's fully engrossing you, you could
That's
pretty
true.
much run
She was-
forever.
She was engrossed in a reunion episode of some reality show.
Yeah.
She didn't seem like she had an eating disorder. It didn't seem unhealthy. She wasn't going at a crazy pace or anything.
Yeah.
I'm projecting, but I
Yeah.
think I don't think anyone needs to do cardio longer than 30
No, it's
minutes
bad
of
for you.
intense cardio.
Oh, it is?
I think it's bad for your bones. I think it's bad for you.
I've never
Eventually,
heard
it starts to hurt you. I mean, that's why you're not supposed to increase your heart rate past a certain point for more than like 10 to 15 minutes or something like that.
Yeah.
I forgot what the reasoning, but
Well,
it'll kill you.
I just know that people who are working out to burn calories that's the wrong reason to work out. I get it if you're trying to like lose a bunch of extra weight and you're like, but if you're
Already
already like a thinnish person and you're trying to burn 600 calories because you ate 700 or something, like that's not a healthy, that's not what I want to be anymore. And so I don't do workouts for calories. I don't look at the calorie anymore, which is a huge change in my life. But anyway, I used to have a joke that if I go and I'm working on a treadmill next to someone, I move the treadmill up a couple inches. So I'm just constantly beating them. It wasn't a good joke, but it was just, that's how I feel in my brain, competitive wise. So you don't like going to the bins because of that?
because
chaos.
it's a madhouse.
No, thank you.
It's
it's
really
like Black
gross.
Friday.
It's like Black Friday. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It's really, everyone is grabbing
Like,
everything.
People will fight you
I
for
went-
stuff.
They will hurt you.
Yeah.
I mean, these people, and there's a group of older men that
Oh,
are
no.
scary.
Ew.
That, I mean, it used to be women.
Yeah.
But it's
this
They
men.
were like
women.
in the Salvation Army.
Yeah, I think they
served.
live
They took
next
the army
door.
word.
And yeah, they live in the Salvation Army. But honestly, it's kind of scary. So
I get it.
and it's really not in a great part of town. and
Yeah,
it's like,
Taylor
Mhm.
is into that kind of stuff. Taylor's
Yeah.
not scared of
Well, she's young.
schizophrenics.
she's young. She can handle herself. But if somebody pushes me over, I'm probably be like, whoa. But she'd probably knock him out or something.
No,
Mhm.
she's pretty soft as well. Like soft, like as a person.
Yeah,
She's a gentle person.
but I can see her being.
But
able
she
to
likes
handle.
schizophrenics. She likes crazy people. She likes the homeless. Her dream, when we used to talk about like your dream job, she's like studying the homeless,
Oh yeah,
working with the homeless, which is so admirable. She just
Yeah.
likes people who are crazy.
she likes.
She's fascinated by it. She likes all these murder stuff. Like she likes
yeah,
things that are abnormal.
That is interesting.
It's so you got to listen to this JFK podcast.
Oh yeah,
I'm telling you. I know Dad's talking about it nonstop.
Yeah.
He keeps trying to give me spoilers. I'm like, stop telling me who
He's
did
so
it.
mad I haven't listened to it.
I
yet.
know. Well, final thought. My best gift that I got was Guitar Hero from Chris. Have you played Guitar Hero, Brian?
Well, it was at that hotel in LA
That's
in
what
the
got
lobby.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was staying at a hotel, and in the lobby they had Guitar Hero,
Oh,
which is a
wow.
game that has not existed or been made new
We
since
have it.
2010.
Don't we have that at our house?
Yes, I bought it for Dad for Christmas in
It's gonna make a
2007 because
comeback.
it was a gift I wanted. I did the thing. I think it has to, Brian, because
Yeah.
we played it. We played it in that lobby of that hotel, and you were there too.
Mhm.
And then since then, Chris got it for me for Christmas. We play every day. It is so addictive. It is so fun. And I am fascinated by the fact that it disappeared. I was reading up on it, and all of these rhythm games were so big from 2007 to 2011 at the latest. and like Rock Band, Dance Dance Revolution, Guitar Hero, and then vanished.
Yeah.
Like
Weird.
you can't buy a new game for Guitar Hero. Rock Band's gone too. Like,
They're all at Goodwill.
and they are so. If you ever see a Guitar Hero game for PlayStation 3, will you get it?
Wait, the game, or I see the guitars all the time.
We'll take a guitar too, but the games or a microphone or Rock Band or anything,
Okay.
I will pay for that.
I
I
have
want
a
it.
theory.
You
It's
got
probably
it.
wrong, but that
Okay.
coincides just on a timeline standpoint with when online gaming became most popular. So people were now playing
Smartphone.
first-person
Against
shooters,
people.
Minecraft, all online, working together. And Guitar Hero and other pattern games don't really lend themselves to group activity play.
But they
online.
do because Chris and
NBA 2K.
Rock Band, you play with a whole game, a band.
You could play with a band.
Not
Someone on
online
drums,
because of
someone
delay,
singing.
But
probably.
online, it's hard doing it all together, syncopated.
Oh, you have to actually have friends. That's the difference.
Yeah, no,
and
see,
that's probably
there you
why
go.
it failed.
Yes.
Because actually, this was with the proliferation of smartphones, which
Right.
isolated us from friends,
Starting around
where we
2012,
hang out with people.
This was what the Mayans predicted. Starting around 2012, people stopped having real friends and they had online friends.
Dude, we are obsessed with
Wow.
it. And I have to say, Chris and I are both competitive.
Mhm.
I am so,
Better.
no.
Oh.
He's very, very good. We started on the same level. We both haven't played in 10 years. You can kind of tell. He was
Wow.
probably better than me back in the day. He's just better at hand-eye coordination things. He's a natural born athlete, an NBA is what I call him. But he just is good at that stuff. He's already doing songs on hard very
Wait, I
well,
have
playing
a
at like
theory.
70 to
Wow.
80%.
I gotta stop you
What?
right there. You actually play guitar. I remember
Yes.
when I played that game, I didn't like it because not because I sucked or whatever, but even when I was trying to practice, I was like, this is nothing like playing guitar. It's more like
No, it
playing a
isn't.
percussion instrument.
It is it's like playing bass a lot of times because it's not on the guitar rhythm, even when you push guitar, because you can choose bass, but guitar is it's not even, a lot of the songs suck. Like some songs are right on and you get to go like, Lord, I was born a rambling man. Like but then sometimes it'll be like bean, but it'll be like bean, instead
Right.
of, and so you'll go and then you'll fuck up and you're like, why am I playing the weird bass lick to this? Whatever. There are some songs that are great and so fun. Hotel California, we play 5 times a day. We're getting very good at it. We've
Jeez.
advanced from easy to hard in a very short amount of time. But I'm looking at that score the entire time. And then now I started to realize I think he looks at the score too, because we both know exactly what we've done at the end. And there's a lot of things about Guitar Hero that I don't like. Like, if Chris, oftentimes I will get a better percentage of all the notes hit. I will have a better streak run, but he will beat me because he does the wah-wah thing of like, wah, 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 wah.
Oh.
Or he'll get like the right streak, so then he'll start getting double points sooner. And it bugs me. I think it should be a meritocracy of who does better, and that should be what we celebrate. But sometimes he wins and gets
Because
more points
he
because
can-
of all these little tricks he's doing, which
gotta
is
learn the tricks.
You need to learn those. Yeah.
but they
Wah, wah.
confuse me. And man, it is very different than guitar. But I started crying probably a week ago because you can calibrate so you're pressing the guitar part where like this like bring bring bring, and sometimes people like it's lagged behind because it's a guitar that's connecting with the thing, so there's a lag on it, so you can calibrate your guitar. And we were trying to and it gives you a beat, kind of like a metronome, and you have to go with the beat and it sees if you're off or not. And I have bad rhythm. Chris had
Join
perfect.
the club.
Chris had Dad just tells you have bad rhythm.
No,
you
he
don't have
tells
actual
me
bad
that
rhythm
all the time.
because Dad's jealous because you have good rhythm. But
I do not.
yes, you do. You do. See, you've been infiltrated. Dad has made you
Oh.
believe something about yourself that isn't true because Dad.
No,
I'm telling
I
you.
really don't have good rhythm.
Well, you can try it on a Guitar Hero and find out if you have bad rhythm or not. I started crying. Chris was like, "What's wrong?" And I was like, "I try to be good. I'm bad at everything. Everyone is naturally better at everything than me." I started going down a whole spiral because of Guitar Hero.
oh my God.
And
I don't
then-
think this is healthy.
And then he explained to me, he goes, "You might have great rhythm, but you're actually doing it on the right time. But there's a lag because as to communicate with the PS3, then the TV, like you could be right on." I think I purposely lag because I'm used to video games. I played them so much as a kid. I know that isn't perfect. So he talked me off the ledge.
He's
Not even
like
so to
DJ.
speak, literally. He talked me off the ledge of like, "You're not flawed. You're okay." But I started just going down it made me question everything because I have bad
Whoa.
rhythm. Because if you have bad rhythm, you should just give up being a performer.
Okay, I will.
You don't have that rhythm though. So then I started watching YouTube videos where it was like this African man teaching kids how to do rhythm
Oh.
to see if, because I guess rhythm is something you can learn. Rhythm is the dancer. That's a song.
Oh.
Rhythm is a dancer.
Uh-huh.
Why is that a name of a dancer in the
Is
song?
this a Taylor Swift song?
No,
that's-
certainly not.
Like an old
But
2000 song or something.
yeah, Mom, have you been listening to Taylor Swift?
Yeah, as much as I can.
As much as Dad lets you.
Kind of.
Dad doesn't love Taylor Swift, but he can't say it. He does. He
doesn't.
He
love
actually
her.
has to act like. I think he can't say it not because he doesn't want to offend us, but because he knows he's wrong, and he knows that he doesn't like her because he's just jealous she's as good as the Beatles. And I think that's why he can't say something.
I don't.
Dad, if you're
know.
listening, that's my theory. It's not that you actually don't like her. It's because you sense that if you don't like her, you know you're wrong. But you don't like her for other reasons subconsciously.
if he starts liking her, it'll make him look
like he was, yeah, he has to,
given up on the Beatles.
yes.
Like, okay,
Like, but why is there a competition? And if it was a man, I think people would have no problem giving this to her. There's so many articles that came out that at the end of the year that said this is the year of oversaturation of Taylor Swift. This is the year Taylor Swift became so annoying.
Well,
It's
I've
like,
heard
Isn't she
opposite
the Times
too,
Person
so-
of the Year, though?
yes.
Mhm.
And people don't. I have to. I know it's a woman thing, and that's okay because women benefit in many ways from being women. But I also believe that this is a thing that people can't stand a woman getting this much attention.
It happens to men too. Like, look at Dane Cook.
Yes, that's true. It took yes, yeah, that is a good point. I thought Dane Cook was on the. Did you watch the Chappelle special yet?
No, there's a special. What, a new one?
Yeah,
What
the
is it?
closer. Or no,
Oh.
not the closer.
Oh.
Sorry, it's called The Dreamer.
Oh no, I haven't. I gotta watch it.
Yeah,
Netflix?
let's talk about it next week. Yeah, Netflix.
Okay.
We'll get into that and your trip. We got to go because I got to go get Botox in my, I'm getting a lip flip and I'm getting it in my jawline and I'm getting it in my neck for my singing.
Yes.
Oh my God.
All
Yeah, I'm
right.
excited.
Do not do that.
What?
Where do they do that?
They do it in your neck. It's for aesthetic purposes because your neck is so muscly and strained that this can cause a lot of lineage. But I'm doing it because I want more. I keep so much tension in my neck, so I'm wondering where it'll go if I don't put it in my neck. It might go to my abs or something.
Did you read about this or did
No, I got consulted by Curran's girlfriend is a doctor esthetician, and she's a
Oh.
literal MD, and she was like, "Oh, you're a great candidate for the lip flip." And I used to get it all the time, but I just want a fuller lip again.
nice?
So everyone look forward to that. I'll see you next week. It might not even work by then. I think Botox takes 2 weeks. So, but just
Oh.
look for it. It'll be there. Go to our YouTube channel if that incentivizes you. Go sign up for that. Compare and contrast this week to then. Like, look at my lips right now,
Yeah.
and now look at them next week.
Mm.
And also if you get these marionette lines and around your jaw, this is always pulling on your lower lip constantly. So women
Ugh.
women and men just tend to get a scowl because this muscle from your masseter, your jawline, is pulling down on your lips.
God,
And when that
masseter.
becomes Botox, your lips, it raises your eyes.
Yeah.
So my eyes might see a lift because I'm getting Botox on my jawline.
All
She
right.
explained it. I don't really understand it, but I'm very
Wow.
excited
Careful.
because I am desperate for an eye lift.
I wonder if they know that at your place.
I'm going to talk to him about it.
Boy,
We're
they
gonna-
may have a
Nyack
new
knows
selling
everything.
point.
Nyack I love them and I trust them with my
Mm.
face. If you're in
All
St.
right.
Louis, Nyack is 100%
Can
the
I
place to
just
go.
do
And
a,
I'm
a
not saying
quick
that as an
correction
ad. It's
before
just
we end?
me saying I love them. What? Yes.
So the place in New Hampshire is called Dixville Notch, and it's the first city in America that releases its American presidential voting results every year. Has nothing to do with the primary.
Oh,
And the population currently is 4. So 4 people
No
vote at midnight.
way.
And then they
Are
say,
you kidding me?
yeah, that's the.
Is this a joke?
No, this is their claim to fame.
Why would anyone
It's
trust
the one
that?
thing New
and then
Hampshire
CNN
has.
goes down
Leave
to
'em alone.
Dixville Notch.
Yeah, don't take this from them.
Don't,
and they go,
don't
how
bully
did
that.
4 people vote? And they go, we voted.
Where's Old Hampshire? Oh, I guess that's in England.
Yeah.
Is it? It probably is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Hampshire.
York,
Hampshire.
New York, Old Hampshire.
Yeah.
Old Hampshire pudding.
Yeah.
We've got all the news.
Um,
New Mexico.
All
Well,
right.
that was good. You looked that up. That's great.
Thank you so much.
Go see
And,
Nikki on
So
tour.
we'll follow up on some more things. And go see me on tour. I'm coming to Florida, Fort Pierce, and Daytona Beach next week.
Oh.
Next weekend, Friday and Saturday. I think it's the 18th and 19th. And also go back and watch an old episode of I Can See Your Voice that's on Fox. That's airing tonight. But this won't come out until the day after. I
Oh.
apologize for that. So
Darn.
it was last night is I Can See Your Voice. And then you should also watch another Fox reality show called We Are Family that I hear is really, really good. That's coming
what
up.
week
You've
should
seen
we
watch
ads
it?
for it during... I don't know what week you should watch it, but I think you should just watch every week
Okay.
because I think there's going to be tons of celebrities. Apparently, it's a show where a celebrity relative performs, and then you have to guess who that person's relative. The relative sings, and then there's a celebrity behind a curtain kind of thing.
Interesting.
Is
I
there
don't
money
know.
involved?
I think there's money involved for a studio audience of people who guess who that. So it's the studio audience guessing. It's not people at home.
Oh wow,
And you
sounds
get
fun.
clues
I
along
would
the way.
watch
It's like
that.
Masked Singer, but instead of a masked, a big thing, it's someone's dad
Oh
potentially,
wow.
or a brother, or a
Interesting.
cousin.
Oh right.
But I hear
Huh.
so many celebrities are on it, and maybe even ones that you or I know.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh,
it'll
wow.
be.
We
I
gotta-
think I
I'm
can't
gonna
wait to watch
start
it. It's called
watching.
We Are Family. Yeah, we should
and
start
it's on
watching
what?
that.
What channel?
I think it's on Fox.
Fox.
I'm almost
Okay.
yes, it is on Fox because Fox
Okay.
does reality shows almost the best. I love
Kiki
The Masked
Palmer?
Singer. I love keep. Wait, what?
It's just saying a celebrity that we know, Kiki Palmer.
It could be Kiki Palmer. Yes.
Oh, Kiki. Who
So-
cares?
but it could be her cousin.
Who's Kiki Palmer?
I don't know. To be
Okay.
honest with you.
All right.
I don't. Is she married to someone famous too?
No, she's got a podcast.
That's a guy, isn't it?
She's got a pod. Oh yeah, she's got a podcast. We were mentioned alongside Kiki Palmer's podcast
in
on the
what
Today
was
Show.
Today Show.
Today's Show did a list of the 21 funniest podcasts, and we're on the list.
You are kidding.
We are not kidding.
I'll send you the link.
Oh,
I am not.
my.
I am not.
but you're good at
All
the
right.
link.
Bye, guys. Thank you for listening. Don't Pika and just watch I Can See Your Voice and All in the Family. New Fox shows that I'm not paid to promote, but I think you should watch them.